Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have July's TBR to be rolled. So this is the TBR game that I've been playing for so long now. We did update some of the rules in January. I will leave it linked down below in case you have not seen it. But basically, we roll this colorful die, and each color corresponds with a different way of picking my TBR. Red is going to be somebody else picking my TBR. Orange is for my 25 books to read in 2025. Yellow are for prompts related to like format of book, age group of book, genre of book. Green is for challenge prompts, which are some of my absolute favorites, and we have quite a few we haven't even gotten to yet, so we'll see what comes up. Blue is going to be for a poll pick, so we do have a category, I pick some books, and then you guys actually vote on what I'm going to read. And finally, we have purple. Purple this year is for vlog projects. So if this comes up, I will be reading a book in a vlog, at least one book, in a vlog to then put on the channel and you guys will see it. And so without further ado, we're going to get into how I did last month. Last month we had 10 rolls, and I will tell you right now, I did not read through everything. I read quite a bit of things in the month of June, but I did not finish my TBR. I got sidetracked a little bit, so let's just run through it. The first roll we had was green, which ended up being a color wheel generator. We had to pick a book that was amber colored. We went with Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. I did not read this one. Then we got another green. It was an emoji generator this time, and we ended up with an earth that was focused on like Asia and Oceania. And so we picked Water Moon by Samantha Sato Yambao. I did not read this one. Then we had a yellow card, which was for an indie book. We picked Ferocious by Stella Williams. I did not read this one. Then we had blue for a poll pick. It ended up being a wild card, and so I picked 3 different comics, graphic novels, and manga. You picked Snow White with the Red Hair by Sarada Akiduki. I did read this one. Then we had another green, which was to read a book that was under 300 pages, and we picked Dead Voices by Catherine Arden. I did read this one. Then we had another blue poll pick. This time it landed on Vlog Project, and you guys voted. It was sort of tied, but you guys voted for basically a 24/48 hour marathon as well as tackle my TBR. I actually read 5 books in that video, so I did post that already, and that obviously was not like on the TBR, like all 5 books, but I did read things. So I will leave that one linked down below in case you missed it. Our next roll was red, which actually ended up being Presley picking a book for me. He picked The Red Scholar's Wake by Alette de Botard. I did not read this one. Then we had another poll pick, which ended up being a 5-star prediction. You guys were so tied on this. I had 3 different books and it was tied for the longest time. The comments on my videos like this, when there's a poll pick, you can either vote on Instagram or comment down below. The comments on last month's TBR video pushed it over the top for Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree, and I'm actually currently in the middle of this one. I will finish it by the end of the month. Then we had a yellow, which was to read a comic or graphic novel. I picked Black Cloak Volume 1 by Kelly Thompson. I did read this one. And then the last roll was another yellow, which was to read a young adult book. I picked Air Awakens by Elise Kova. I did not read this one. So, out of the 10 books we have here, 4 of them got read. 6 of them did not, or actually, 5 did not. 1 I'm in the middle of. It will get updated that way, but currently, as of like Goodreads and Storygraph and stuff, it does not say it is read. It is not finished. So I finished 4 things so far. Let me tell you though, I actually read a total of 15 things in the month of June that we will talk about in my wrap up. So like 11 other things that were not in my TBR did get read. I am saving $1 for every single book that I read during this year, as well as $1 for every single book I put on a TBR but did not read. That's like my only punishment for this game. So I'm gonna save $15 for everything that I read in June, plus another $6 for the books that I did not read / Bookshops and Bone Dust that I'm in the middle of, because it's not counted yet. So I will save a total of $21 this month. I think did I hit like 80 something last month? I don't fully remember. I usually update that on the screen and everything for you in my wrap-ups. But we are well on the way. of hitting at least my goal of last year. Last year we hit $200 saved. So we'll see where I go this year. But I'm saving $21 this month because, yeah, I did not read my TBR. So that's what we have going on right now. July, like I said, is coming up. This is for July. I don't think I technically have any plans of like, this is what I need to read. So we're gonna roll my D12, see how many times we're gonna roll, and then pick my books accordingly, but I don't have anything specific, which is good. That means I have a little bit more freedom to sort of figure out what I do wanna read. Okay, here is that D12. Let's see what we get today. Okay, 5. 5 is my minimum anyway, so that is fine. Let's do it. Roll number 1. Throw it up this way. Whoa, it's red. Okay, roll number 1 is red.
The card.
You are gonna pick a card. Elliot's gonna pick our first card. We have different red ones. What'd you pick?
Pick Elliot.
Oh.
Me?
Says Presley.
It's me. Why did Elliot pick me?
Okay, so Presley gets to pick a book for us.
Oh.
Okay, Presley picked from my stack of books that I bought this year, The Seafarer's Kiss by Julia Ember. This is one that I picked up during Emerald City Comic Con. It is going to be YA, but it's not too long, which is good. And this is going to be about mermaids. Having long wondered what lives beyond the ice shelf, 19-year-old mermaid Ursula learns of the life she wants when she rescues and befriends Ragna, a shield maiden stranded on the merfolk's fortress. I do believe this is going to be sapphic, so that's always a plus. Okay, roll number 2.
We got
It's
purple.
purple. Okay, roll number 2 is purple. Okay, Presley's going to pick a purple card for us. These are all going to be types of vlogs.
Ooh.
Get it? Okay, what does it say?
Plot twist.
Plot twist. Okay, so plot twist is something that I started last year. It's this. It's a set of cards that I bought that have different sort of like mystery books on them. It'll tell you what genre, how many minutes it takes for the audiobook, how many pages, when it was published, if it's part of a series, and the sort of book feel, like why it was chosen for this box. And it's a mystery book. I have no idea what's in here. I haven't done one of these since the very beginning of the year, and then I did a couple last year as well, so it is definitely due for us to do one of these. I think I'm gonna wait to pick what we're gonna pick until we do the vlog, but since Presley picked the card for us today, I think you'll get to help me pick the card for this one when we do the vlog. How does that sound? Good. Okay, so he's not gonna pick a book right now because we don't know what it's gonna be, but he will help us when it's time for the vlog. Goal number 3. They said it's my turn, so let's see. It's orange. Roll number 3 is orange, which is my 25 books to read in 2025. I still have a couple outstanding from a couple months ago, but I'm still thinking, you know what? I might want to actually unwrap one and see what we get, because the whole point was to have a mystery book. Like I wrap them up myself. I sort of know what's in there, but we unwrap it and then I have to read it. So even though I have a couple outstanding, I think I'm just going to pull one and see what we get. Okay, forgive the extra mess around here because my kids sort of just put things in there, but this is the 25 books to read in 2025. These were full at the beginning of the year, so obviously I've made a dent. And I'm thinking, I think I moved a couple things around in general because everything was like falling over. So I refilled the top of the shelf, but the bottom is empty. I do think I want to go for one of these ones. And I'm thinking I might want to go for one that's sort of in the middle size-wise, and save some of the smaller ones for later. I think, hopefully this is in the middle size-wise. We're gonna go for this one. Okay, so here's the book that we are going with. I was trying to go for something in the middle size-wise. It is a paperback, and I don't have as many paperbacks over there as I have hardcovers. So I think I sort of know what this is, but at the same time, I don't. So that sneak peek gives me nothing. Let's get into it. Okay. Okay, I was sort of right. This, when it's not wrapped, it feels much bigger than medium over there, but it looked medium, but now that it's in my hands, it feels large. But this is Velocity Weapon by Megan E. O'Keefe. This was actually a gift from Lena, so thank you so much for that. This is going to be an adult sci-fi. How many pages are we actually looking at here? 505. Okay, so this is like barely what I would consider a chunker. Like as soon as we get over 500, I'm like, it's getting a little bit big, and that's why one of my cards for green is actually like a book that's over 500 pages. So it's actually not too bad, and according to me looking at my 25 books to read in 2025, I thought this was medium. So we're gonna read this. I think part of the reason that Lena sent this my way is that I love Mass Effect, and like she does as well. We have bonded over our love for Mass Effect Dragon Age BioWare game things, and this is about sci-fi. The last thing Sandra remembers is her gunship breaking up around her as her evac pod expanded, sealing her away for salvage medics to pick up. She expected to awaken in friendly hands, patched up and patched back into a new gunship. Instead, she wakes up 230 years later on an empty enemy starship, the Light of Berossus, or as he prefers to be called, Barrow. The war is lost, the star system is dead. But is that the full story? After all, in the vastness of space, anything is possible. I'm on board. Roll number 4. Elliot got a yellow. Okay, roll number 4 is yellow. Okay, you're gonna pick me a yellow card, yeah? Yeah. Okay, just a second. Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle the yellow. I got all the greens out. We're gonna do yellow. Let me shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We don't know what we're gonna get.
Mommy, we get
You're gonna pick a yellow, you're right. You can pick from anywhere you want. Are you ready? In the middle, okay. Oh, you gotta pick one of those. That one? Good. Okay, let's see. What does it say? Oh, okay, show the camera. Fantasy! That's a good one. Okay, Elliot, do you want to help me pick a fantasy since you didn't get to pick earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to pick from over here fantasy or from over there fantasy? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Elliot wanted to pick a book, so she picked this one. Can I have it now? Thank you so much. This is The School for Good and Evil, Book 2, A World Without Princes by Soman Chinani. I have the trilogy, and I actually read Book 1 twice, because I read it first years and years and years ago, like back when it probably first was coming out. I reread it a couple years ago, meaning to continue since I have the trilogy, like the first 3 books. I think there's been spin-offs, but I think 3 books is like the main story arc, and I just never continued with it. But I liked the first one quite well. I gave it at least 4.5 stars, so we definitely need to continue. So this was a good pick for her. It's middle grade, so it should be pretty easy and nice to read. I liked the world idea about fairy tales, but like with a twist, especially because we have 2 girls in the first book, Sophie and Agatha, who Sophie looks like she should be like the good princess type character, and Agatha looks like she should be like the evil wicked witch type character, and they get put into the schools for the opposite. Agatha ends up in good and Sophie ends up in evil. Do not watch the movie on Netflix. It is not nearly as good or right, but I'm very excited to continue this one. And roll number 5. Oh. It's green. Can you bring it over and show the camera since we can't see it?
Mommy, your turn.
Green.
Mommy, your turn.
And then finally, rule number 5 is green. These are challenge cards and are some of my favorites. So you get to pick one for me. You can pick from anywhere you want in here. Okay. What do you want? From the bottom. Okay. Pull it. What does it say? What does it say? Do you know what it says?
No.
Emoji generator.
Emoji generator?
Yeah, okay. We did one of these last month, and it was very intriguing to see what we got. So we're going to do this again. We're going to randomize one emoji. We're not doing the tiger because that is what was already here. Randomize. Water. A water drop, specifically, right? A water drop?
Yeah.
Rain, maybe? Okay. We need to find a book that is water, water drop, rain, something to that effect. It does not have to be in the title on the cover. It could be what the book's based on. This is up to our interpretation. Let's see. Okay, he really wanted to help us. This was sort of hard because I didn't want just like water in the background, like ocean, stuff like that. We had some books that had like bodies of water. I wanted more the water droplet type of thing. We found this, Smoke on the Water by Laurie Handeland. This is the second book in the Sisters of the Craft series. I'm gonna put him down. He did help me pick this one out. I read In the Air Tonight a couple times. Okay, this is very similar to the last thing that we just talked about, basically. I read the first one like back when it came out, and these were released like within a month of each other. Like it was a very interesting way to do it because I remember working at the bookstore and seeing the first one come out, and then like this came out the next month, and then that one came out the next month, and usually it takes a while for a series to come out. But so I read the first one, gave it like 4 stars, and then eventually bought the rest of the trilogy, never read it, read the first one again a couple years ago, never finished the trilogy. So we're gonna do this again. This is about like 3 sisters, I think they were triplets potentially, from like back in the 1800s and witch trials and whatnot, who get sent into the future into 3 different places so that people can't find them, so they don't even know that they're related. And they each have different powers, and I'm pretty sure each book follows a different sister, like they each have a different person on the cover. And so this is going to be the second book in the series. And it does have Smoke on the Water, water in the title, but also these like little water bubbles and things. I feel like that's the closest we're gonna get to like that water raindrop emoji thing. So this is the one we're going with. Okay, and so that is going to be it from us today. We did not have any poll picks, which was interesting because usually we do. So these are the 4 books that I'm going to be going with, plus whatever plot twist says I need to read. So ultimately for 1 whole month, this isn't too bad, and I'm actually glad we only had to roll 5 times for this month because like I said, I don't have any plans for reading in July, but we are planning on going like for a trip for like almost a week, and I have no idea how much reading I'm actually gonna get done throughout that entire thing. So having fewer books to like actually worry about is great, even though, as you guys know, I sometimes throw my TBR out the window and read double what I was supposed to read. It's just not the things I said I was going to read. Mood reading happens sometimes. So that is going to be it from us today. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!